In the Old Testament, there's a wonderful book called Jeremiah. It was written by a prophet by that name during a time of international war. Superpowers clashed, and small countries like Judah, today modern Israel, were caught in the middle. Let's see how the history, geography, and moral issues of this fascinating book can be applied to understand our modern world through this second video in a series titled Jeremiah, God's Man in a World at War. This video accompanies the course guide, The Brotherhood of the Scroll, Clash of the Superpowers, and focuses on two issues: the importance of trade routes in ancient and modern times, and the importance for standing up for what is right, even when no one else will speak out. The Assyrians ruled both Babylon and Egypt for over 100 years, and when Assyria collapsed, Babylon and Egypt sought to expand. The British Empire began to collapse toward the end of the 19th century. After the British Empire collapsed, the United States and the Soviet Union sought to fill that vacuum. Have you ever thought about how to use the history of the Bible to examine parallels in the geopolitics of 600 BC to events happening in today's world, engaging students in a conversation about geography, history, politics, and religion? The course is designed to awaken students' innate curiosity to see how all these seemingly dry subjects relate to their daily lives. The first major battle fought between Egypt and Babylon was at a place called Carchemish in 605 BC. Babylon won and proceeded to expand its empire. Carchemish guarded a trade route known at that time as the Royal Road. By the time of Marco Polo in the 1200 time frame, it was called the Silk Road. Today, this route is being threatened by the uprisings in Syria, Iran, and Turkey. The city of Aleppo, a major manufacturing center in northern Syria, is not far from where the ancient fortress of Carchemish lies. Jerusalem, capital of the nation of Judah, was one of the countries conquered by Babylon in 600 BC. King Jehoiakim did evil in God's sight. Jehoiakim, who ruled in Jerusalem from 609 to 597 BC, was an ally of Egypt. In 605 BC, Babylon conquered Judah and forced Jehoiakim to pay tribute. Jehoiakim erected idols in the temple, sacrificed babies to be burned, and secretly conspired with Egypt to throw off the Babylonian rulers. In Jeremiah chapter 25, the prophet responded to God's call on his life to speak out against the sins of the king and the priests. In the same year that Babylon defeated Egypt at Carchemish and also forced Jehoiakim to pay tribute, Jeremiah delivered a message. It was during the 4th year of Jehoiakim's reign. In verse 3, we read that Jeremiah had been prophesying for 23 years. That would have made him in his early 40s, since he was a youth when he began his ministry, as we find in Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 7. King Jehoiakim tried to have Jeremiah killed. He took the first scroll that Jeremiah wrote and burned it. The prophet and his scribe Baruch wrote another. In The Brotherhood of the Scroll, the scene where Jeremiah prepares to give that sermon comes early in the novel. An excerpt link is provided below. In the course guide, discussion questions are used to explore the pros and cons of taking a stand on moral issues. This video is part of a series that accompanies a course guide for the novel called The Clash of the Superpowers. To receive further videos, please visit www.wisejargon.com/brotherhood. Be sure to complete the sign-up form that you'll find there that looks like the one to the right.